Hi, I'm Bry Cox, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. I'm doing a program at ImagingUSA for PPA and for the Loop. Today I'm doing an Ask Me Anything, and I haven't previewed these questions. I'm just opening them up, talking to you, answering these questions. And the next one here is a joke question, apparently. So it's Joe asking from Silver City, New Mexico. He says, "Hey Brian, what f-stop do you use?" The right f-stop, which changes moment to moment. But this is actually a good question because I can actually talk about other things in relation to this. So a lot of times I get photographers say, "What's your basic lighting setup?" or "What's your favorite lighting setup? What's your favorite type of this or favorite type of that?" And the truth is all of it. They're like, "But what do you shoot all the time?" And I'm like, I change it constantly. I change it throughout the shoot. I want a variety of creativity at the photo shoot. I want a variety of lighting. Right? When people say, "Well, what do you use? Do you use studio lights?" Yeah. Do you use speed lights? Yep. Do you use continuous? Sometimes. Do you use natural light? Sure. I am a believer. I have a saying, I call it being proficient in your profession. I'm a believer in being proficient in your profession. A lot of times photographers say, "Well, I would," in some way they'll say this, like, "I would do a better job if I was working for somebody else than if I would for me." And usually that comes up with, they're like, I don't have to do about this. And I say, "Well, if you had another job, would you be working harder or better? Would you do a better job?" They go, "Yeah." But because our own job, we don't maybe learn or focus on learning as much. And so I'm assuming you know how to use your f-stops just fine. But this is a good point, is when I don't want to have my basic thing that I just do every time where everything's f11, right? Or my whole shoot's f11. I want to change the shoot depending on what my mind thinks. So my f-stop changes, my lighting changes. I may use a softbox, I may use an umbrella, I may use a beauty dish, I may use just 2 edge lights, I may go outside and use just a reflector, I may do flash out on location. It is all whatever I want to do throughout the shoot, and that is the ultimate level of creativity, which means being super proficient. So we can think in terms of f-stop, shutter, ISO. We're not using auto. We're not using auto TTL with our little flashes or anything. We're not doing auto exposure, right? Everything's just think it out, set it manually, measure, shoot. Hope that helps. I actually have a lot of information at this. I've got a lot of videos that are free for PPA members, particularly on lighting, at PPA EDU. So if you're a member of PPA, you can go to PPA.com, go to PPA EDU. I've got a whole bunch of videos. If you want even more than that, I've got a whole bunch at my website, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. And of course, make sure you come to Imaging USA in Nashville. I'll be doing a whole program on just business and sales and making more money. All right, you guys, until next time, America.